Hey Internet, you done with your homework? Dinner's just about finished. I'm gonna need you to come up here to get ready to eat so that way you can get ready to take a bath and get ready for bed too as well. What's happening? Does that conversation sound normal, being able to talk to your kids about, the day-to-day life of the things that you have to do to be able to keep them structured? How would it feel to be able to overcome the biggest impact that single moms deal with financially without having to worry about the stress of working so many hours and not being able to spend quality time with your kid? Well, in this short video, I'm actually going to share with you the 4 main challenges that single moms actually have when raising their children by themselves. So stick with me in this video, and I want to share with you on how to be able to overcome those 4 challenges. So let's talk about the first thing that's one of the biggest things that is hard for a single mom to be able to manage and to have control over is her time, right? I physically seen this when I first got married with my wife, and one of the biggest things that I seen her doing was just running around with her head literally like chopped off like a chicken, right? Like trying to have the kids get up in the morning, having them help, getting them to school. And then once from school, it's about the homework, and then, making sure that they're bathed and going to bed and all that. But in between that, it's also working her ass off because we're entrepreneurs, but regardless if you're an entrepreneur or working a job, it's just being able to have that balanced life. So what I want you to do is just ask yourself really quickly is what activity could you be able to change to be able to help get back some of your time? I know that's one of the biggest things that's hard for a single mom is being able to manage that time because we only have so much allocated in a day. So that's number 1, is how can we overcome the time? We're going to talk about that a little bit more in a future video. So that leads me to number 2. The number 2 main challenge that single moms actually have is expenses. Now, it's already hard enough that if you already had a man in the family or was it a couple, you still had daily expenses. But now imagine just doing that by yourself. I know that that can be very challenging when we're talking about childcare, which is like ungodly expensive. It's almost like another car note or a mortgage payment or something for that nature, right? But then you have insurance premiums and things of that nature. You need health coverage. You want to keep nutritional meals on the table. So I know that it's expensive to keep good food on the table. And then keeping a roof over the table too, a roof over our heads, right? So that stuff can be very expensive. And that can be very challenging being a single mom too as well. So that's why I'm passionate about this video and this ad that I wanted to create for you, because I grew up in a family of a lot of females. So I have a lot of sisters, nieces, right? And then my mom, she's one of 7, right? But there was 4 females of 7. So I grew up around a lot of females. So I'm very passionate about passing down financial literacy information that can specifically help single women. So I know that one of the biggest things that can help them is be able to get back some of their time so they can spend more time with their children and be able to handle the expenses too as well in a nicely fashion. That leads me into number 3. The main challenge that single moms deal with is stress, right? The overburdening of stress. So if we're dealing with our time, we have limited time. We have, we're working our butt off, and then we have the expenses that it takes to keep the household running. That overwhelmingly brings a lot of stress on to a single mom. Now, I've seen this once again married, but I wanted to be able to, how could I help out my wife? And that was one of the biggest things that I seen that she was dealing with was stress. So how was one of the ways to be able to help overcome stress? So we'll talk about that too as well. But one of the biggest things I think is thinking about how can you look at me time? How can you structure everything where it's around your lifestyle that you want to have, regardless if that's changing the job, changing the school, changing the location of where you live? I know this is a touchy subject, but I want to give you some remedies and some solutions to this, which leads me to number 4. And this is a big one, I feel, because it's really not your fault, and that's guilt. When you're working your butt off, you got the expenses and you're stressed. Sometimes the guilt also comes in for not being able to provide certain things for your child, whether that be buying extra candy at the store or sending them to extracurricular activities after school, or wherever the case may be. Due to the fact that you're limited on all those other areas, sometimes we can't allow our child to do some of the other things that we would love to do. So we feel guilty that we're not providing for our kid or allowing them to be able to see more things in life. So what I want to do is I'm super passionate about sharing some financial literacy information with single moms on how to be able to overcome the 4 main challenges that are keeping them stuck. So if that sounds like something that you would actually love to learn, what I've actually done is I put together a video presentation that's going to explain to you on how financial experts can actually help you to be able to grow, save, and protect your money tax-free with no risk of loss. Now, I know that might sound very hypey and, out of this world, but it's actually true. I want to be able to share with you on how financial experts can help you be able to save, grow, and protect your money. So if you want to learn that, what you want to do is just click the link right around this video. I'm not too sure where it's at, maybe to the left or right, above or below. You'll find it. Click that link. It's going to take you to my website. What you want to do is just put in your name and your email address. I'm actually going to send you a video where you can watch this to learn from experts, once again, on how to actually save, grow, protect your money tax-free with no risk of loss. So this is what I want to do to be able to help impact a lot more single women out there, because I know that there's programs and so forth that help single women, but the thing in my mind, this is another conversation, is those programs are band-aids, right? They do help to get through certain situations, but what I've really found out that the key to being able to have the true breakthrough that you want is really having some financial literacy principles that just aren't taught in school or maybe wasn't passed down from our parents or whatnot. And this is information super powerful, and it can help single moms be able to increase their cash flow. That'll help be able to release that stress. They can pay for the expenses that they need for their kids. So if this is something that interests you, what you want to do is click on the link right below this video right now. Go ahead and leave your name and email on that next page. And once again, I'm going to send you a video that's going to share with you on how to save, grow, and protect your money tax-free with no risk of loss. So go ahead and do that right now. Click on the link right around this video, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side. Have a great day.